This is the cancer one. So there are two. Read the question first. So there are two drugs, right? Yeah. So first one is vitamin E, and this one is placebo. And so let's say this is X, this is Y. Will be normal distribution of 0.8 and 0.48 square, because that's standard deviation, right? And this one should be normal 0.05 and 1/6 square, and then n is 10 for both. So let's just quickly go through the first few questions. It should be probability of X greater or equal to 0.3, right? So how you do this? This is X, right? So what you're gonna do is X minus mu over sigma, and greater than what you did to X here, you need to do the same thing to 0.03. So it's gonna be 0.03 minus mu and over sigma. And so this one we normalized it, so it convert to a z greater or equal to 0.3 minus mu and sigma. So because what we're doing here, this one is an X, so all this mu and sigma are here. So right, so this is this one, this is this one. Sigma equal to 0.48. This one is, sigma square. Mu sigma square. So just take a look. This is sigma. Sigma is without the square. So let's say this thing equal to a star. So it should be p z greater than a star, right? Now is when in class we're talking about if you don't understand something, you draw a graph. So let's say we want something z greater than a star, right? So let's say this is the star. We want something greater than it. How can we achieve that? Because in the table it's always on the left side, right? So we can say, well, we can say 1 minus p z small equal to than the star. So this part is this part, so 1 minus is this part. Yeah, I guess you all understand this part. And yeah. And for 37, that's probability of change given VE. So that is actually sensitivity. And you can find the formula there. So, and the 38 is probability of probability of Y smaller than 0.3. So how do you do this? You are doing exactly the same thing here. It's P Y minus mu over sigma smaller than 0.3 minus mu over sigma. So here, because this is Y here, right? So this mu is this thing here. So basically you just this is Y. So you plug those two in, and this sigma is 0.16. So let's say still this is a Z because we normalize it. Oh, okay. Right. So this is a Z, so because we normalize it, and then this should be smaller than a star. And how do we get the result for this one? Because we're talking about this is a normal distribution because it's continuous, so it doesn't really matter. It's smaller than something or smaller equal to than something, so this is the same thing as this one. So let's say the star is here. Smaller than is on this side, so we can find the graph, this one. And number 39 is the probability of no change given placebo. So this is specificity. Yeah, and now we're going to get the 40. This is probably where you have the problem. Let me read the question first. Yeah, so basically what we're doing here is we want x greater or equal to sigma. And then there is a y is smaller than sigma, like the change, right? Oh, the sigma. So p, we are still gonna do this the same thing as what we did here. So x so here the mu yeah, let's write it out. It's still a z, right? Greater than so here what we are using for x is 0.8, 0.48, right? So this one is 0.8, it's 0.48. And this one here is this one, right? So this one is 0.05. This one is 0.16. So let's say this is a star, and this is a moon. So let's say it's a circle. So what we are trying to do here is, because from the question we know these two are equal, right? We want the probability to be equal. So it's what we want trying to achieve here is z is greater or equal to star equal to this is a z. Sorry, this is a z. Z smaller than circle, right? So I know everybody probably have already been here already, but how can we do this? So let's draw the graph. This is star. So the greater than star is this part. Because this one is symmetric. So this part is actually this part, right? So what this number? Because this is symmetric around 0, so this one is minus star, right? So basically p, the greater or equal to a star, is p, the smaller or equal to negative star. So what we so this is the left part, and this part, as we discussed already, it doesn't really matter. It's smaller than or smaller than equal. So here what you're just gonna say is this two part, minus star equal to the circle. So okay, so what you want to write in your paper is sigma minus this 0.8 over 1. This is the star, right? And this is the circle. So it's yeah, so this is the part where you are gonna get the sigma. You solve this problem, then you get sigma.